Hey, how y'all doing? I look down there to make sure it says it's recording. How y'all doing, baby? It is Friday. It is Beer and Bud Friday. Y'all know the routine. We're over 2 years of doing this shit. That beer should be on ice. I'm gonna open mine up here. A little Shiner Bock again. I like Shiner. It's a good beer here in Texas. Opened up that with that San Antonio key and pour me in my left tilted glass from Esther Ramirez. Thank you very much, darling. Woo! Good cold. I like it that way. And what's the other half of that thing? Oh, yeah. If you got it, spark it up. Put the bud in the bowl, baby. Make sure it's properly packed. Good Cavendish blend, baby. That's what I'm smoking. A little Turkish in there. A little Perique to cool it down, just so you don't get too much heat in there. And let's get this shit started. Yes, I got mail. I got me a letter. I got me a letter from Jane Gibbons in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, baby. She included a nice little donation in there. We appreciate that, Jane. And she wrote us a letter. Been a Blue Dot for a while. Her husband passed away a few years ago. He's a Vietnam veteran. Died of exposure to Agent Orange. And she's up and in a wheelchair nowadays, but she gets inspiration from my show, and that warms my heart, Jane. It doesn't matter the age of anybody in this family, from the oldest of us to the youngest of us, and we do have a few young ones. We are all a family in this, and we're all moving in the same direction, baby. And try to give the inspiration where it's needed. We need everybody marching in the same direction and being proud of what we're presenting. So let's try to get on that note. Anyway, what the hell's going on? Well, Donnie's on his way down to Calexico, California. I'm sorry, get that mixed up. Yep, Donnie's down there now. He's going to go down there and stand next to his plaque, baby. This the first section of the Donald J. Trump wall, whatever it says. That thing. I just want to point out the fact that the little section that he's going to stand in front of and proclaim his wall and victory to his little minions, that piece of fence about 2.5 miles long is replacing an old section of fence that was put up in the 1990s. The section that is being replaced there, that he's going to go pound his chest on, was approved in 2009. Gee, I wonder who was president back then. Donnie? No, I don't think so. No, it got funded under his first year. He jumped on that shit. Get that going. Why? Because he wanted to claim victory for it, baby. This is my wall, and he wants his name on it, baby. Like everything else he has had. Trump Tower, Trump University, Trump Steaks, Trump Wine, Trump anything. Trump screw you. That's what it was. Trump University, Trump screw you. That's what he did. And that's what he's doing to this damn country every damn day of his life. Is screwing this country. As president and as when he was a civilian. Always been a damn civilian. He didn't serve. He was a coward. He's down there to put out his there ain't been a single piece of new wall. It's all been repairs and replacements. Keep that in mind when you see the little story of him down there touting his success story down there. Donnie, last night, this is where our guy is. This is him, in a nutshell. Last night, Donnie withdrew his nomination for chief of the ICE enforcement, the Immigration Customs Enforcement. The acting chief there now, Ron Vitello, that's Donnie nominated him last August or last year sometime. Yeah, that's our guy. He's been in there a long time. He's a good guy. He's the best guy. That's what Donnie said before. But now, what's Donnie saying? He withdrew the nomination. He doesn't want that guy. Why, Donnie? Why right in the middle? Well, they told us why. Because he's not tough enough. He's not tough enough. This guy who has spent his life in the Border Patrol and in Customs Service is not tough enough. He's not beating him in the head, I guess. That's what Donnie wants. That was what he would prefer, I'm sure. But the reason he withdrew the nomination, because that little beetle brain Steve Miller, the little Nazi guy he's itching to just get immigrants all over the world, out of the world. He'd just rather ship them all off to Mars so we'd just be a white planet. That's Stephen Miller. That's the little Nazi that we all know. That little cockroach, he got all mad because Vatella wasn't on board with closing the border. Now remember that earlier this week, Donnie said, I'm going to close the border, that's it. I'm going to close, or he said it last week, I'm going to close it next week. That's it, going to close it down. I'm tired of this, and we're going to shut it down. And then he got phone calls. He got phone calls from all the people, all the companies, all the businesses that says, hey, Donnie, what did that one congressman say or senator? It's idiotic. It's idiotic. He's idiotic. Oh, no, he said that about the wind noise, I think. I don't know. He's idiotic anyway. He's going to close the border. Billions of dollars in trade, it doesn't matter. Shut it down. Because the king says so, baby. But then all those people got in his ear, and he was forced to back down. And we went to, we're going to only close sections of the border. Oh, you can't do that, Bonnie. That's all where the trade comes from. You can't close down the checkpoints. And he's backed them up all the way to Guinea right now. He's pulling personnel off the lines on the checkpoints so the traffic will back up 50 miles. That's his game, baby. Make it look terrible. Make it look like it's really bad. Chaos. Chaos. Steve Miller did that. Not tough enough. You know, last night I touched on the point that ICE had made a raid at a company in Allen, Texas, that's up there northeast of Dallas, and arrested 280 undocumented workers. 280 undocumented workers that some had been working there a long time. The backbone of this company, baby. And management knew it. That's why the ICE raid happened, was somebody who, I don't know, some guy that didn't get the vice president spot like he thought he should have, called ICE and said, hey, the company knows what they're doing over there. You ought to go look at it. And they did. And they arrested 280 hard-working people. People that went to work every day to make a living for them and their families. Oh, they're undocumented. Well, let's just arrest them all. What about them? What about them assholes up in the front office? You know, the ones that's making all the money, because those are the ones that are willing to exploit undocumented workers that this country definitely needs, baby. You want to make it right? Give them a green card. Tell them to come over here and work all the time. Because these companies, as long as they're hiring illegal workers, oh, well, we could just pay you less. Go ahead and complain to the Equal Rights Commission. Go ahead and complain to go ahead. See what happens. You're undocumented. You'll get deported. That kind of pressure, that kind of hand that's over your head and hold you to a job. The crisis isn't on our border. The crisis is disgusting CEOs of companies that knowingly want to exploit those people here trying to seek a better life. They want to take advantage of them, make them work cheap, baby. This company repaired CVE Technologies. They repaired cell phones, computer, laptops, shit like that. Repaired them, resold them. Making a lot of money on that shit, baby. Was it passed down to the workers? No, it wasn't. They're illegal. They can get deported if they open their mouth. That is sad. We've had migrant workers in this country since the history, baby, since our beginning. These people have come up to work, baby. And now we have somebody that wants to demonize them. That's the whole key. Demonize them. Bloodthirsty murderers, drug addicts, drug killers, all that shit. They're hauling drugs, calves as big as grape boots. So Steve King said. For everyone that's trying to make it on their own here and live a good life, oh, Steve King, there's 1,000 of them with calves the size of grapefruits from hauling drugs. Well, there's 280 people there who were just trying to make a living, just like the rest of us out here. Don't give me that crap. They're taking American jobs. Why don't they pay American wages? That's not what they're interested in, baby. They're not interested in that. They're interested in profit. I'd make a dollar to a donut bet that those people in that office are Republican, baby. They're all for doing away with regulations and rules and all that. You don't have to fill out that paperwork for the government. Screw that shit. We'll just hire who we want to hire. Creates chaos, baby. It creates chaos. And I've said it before many times on this show, many times since I started this rant. That is what Donnie loves. Chaos. The story changes every day, baby. So I was happy. I was real happy today because I read an article, a story by Julian Zelzer. He's a professor of history and public affairs at Princeton University. You figure the guy's pretty smart. Professor, you know. Them guys know pretty much, I reckon. And the story was just that. That's Donnie's re-election bid. That's how he wants to win, by keeping pure chaos in the news. We don't have time to talk about health care, climate change, gun reform, anything like that. We don't have time because we have to face the chaos du jour, the crime of the day, the lie of the day, the bullshit of the day. My daddy was born in Germany. Oh man, it was a beautiful little town. We go apeshit. Noise cancer. Oh Lord, them windmills, they're gonna get noise. There's cancer coming from them. It's chaos, baby. It doesn't matter what it is. It's the wall, it's cancer, it's making your house prices fall. It's a lot of shit. Shut down the border. Chaos, baby. And all this time that all this shit's going on this week, there are determined people in our house that are determined to get the full Mueller report. And all of a sudden, baby, Donnie in the White House and all of his little Trumpers, all his little people in the Senate and in the House, they're all coming up, oh, we don't need to see this. We don't need to see it. These are not the droids you're looking for. Barr told us that he's all innocent. Bullshit with Barr. We know how he got his job. He applied for the job. He told Donnie what he was going to do before he even got there, before he even seen the Mueller report. So we need to keep fighting for that. And our candidates need to keep to our policies, our health care, climate change, gun reform. There's a lot of policy. We need to quit paying attention to the orange turd who just spits shit out every day. Because it takes up my day trying to wade through all that shit to make the issues about health care in this country, to face the ever-changing, quickly changing climate in our planet. Global responsibility, two great words. They ought to go together, Donnie said. Donnie's, oh great. Next thing you know, he's going to be spouting that he invented those words. Global responsibility. You know, I said that. But he doesn't mean it. The only thing he means is he needs more money. And he does not give a shit where it comes from, and neither does his little minions of his followers or his family. Ivanka and Jared, baby, you don't think they're raping every country they can go to? You don't think a few little deals are being made over in Saudi Arabia? Get a little money flow there going? So that they can grow up privileged with a silver spoon up their ass so they can take their kids and do the same thing. They're not interested in your puny little life. They've got bigger fish to fry. Anyway, sorry about last night. We had a lot of internet trouble, so we're going to try to do it again tonight. We're going to go live at a little earlier, I think, maybe 7. I don't know. I got to get with Travis when he gets in and get this stuff fixed and try to get online so we can stay online. I had great conversation last night. After we went off the air, we had enough bandwidth to stay on our Discord channel and have conversation in the room, and there was a lot of people in there, and we sat in there for about an hour and had a great conversation. So if you're a Discord member, remember that the conversation continues after the camera goes off for a while. Maybe not tonight because I do have a date with Mama tonight. So it's Friday, baby. And beer and bud, you know what they say. Anyway, this family needs to be cohesive, baby. We need to work every day on that. To be cohesive, to find the right candidate and march forward and be proud of who the person is that we put up there. That's what we need to do every day. We need to be informed because there's shit happening all around us. And we can't spend our congressmen and senators all day debating on whether Donnie meant that you get cancer from windmills. It's not an issue. It doesn't have to be debated in the Congress. No, it's bullshit. It's idiotic, like the man said. So they can progress on matters that mean something. The policies we want to push forward and the investigations into that disgusting con man of a crook piece of shit that we call Prez nowadays. President. That's what I call him. Anyway, that's all I got. I think that's all I got. I probably missed something, but that's where it goes. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. John Bernaville, Blue Dot in Texas. Baby, let that light shine and don't let it go out. Just keep marching forward. We have a long way. The debates haven't even started yet, baby. And so the atmosphere is going to get thicker. There's a new man in. Who was that? Let me say, call him out real quick. That was Tim Ryan out of Ohio, congressman out of Ohio. Just entered the race, so we got somebody else in there. It's going to be a full packed house, baby. We all know that. So let's start taking a look at each one of them, and let's see who rises to the top, baby. And that's who we all get behind. That's the key message on all of this, baby. We all vote for one person. Anyway, I want to thank all our Patreon members over there and the donations that come in. Thank you, Jane. Appreciate it very much, darling. I understand you went back and started looking up some of my old videos to catch up. I appreciate that. I was much handsomer. I looked like a whole lot like Tom Cruise, believe me, without the beard. That's, mud fence, baby. That's what I look like. I know it. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. John Bernaville, Blue Dot in Texas, on Facebook. John Bernaville, on YouTube. John Bernaville on Facebook. At Blue Dot in Texas on Twitter. Go by JBS, John Bernaville Speaks, Blue Dot family. Join the family. Get into the conversation over there. Be involved and meet somebody new, baby. Meet somebody new all the time. Y'all take care if this works, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.